Welcome to Learn English Fast.
Speak English with confidence.
Hello, my friends, and welcome back to the English Learning Podcast. I'm your host, Henry, and I'm so happy you are here with me today. Let me start with a simple question. Have you ever wondered why some people learn English faster while others take many years and still struggle? The truth is, it's not always about being smart or talented. The real secret is something very simple: daily practice. Yes, practicing every single day, even for a short time, can completely change your English learning journey. Think about it like this. If you want to be strong and healthy, you don't go to the gym once a month. You exercise a little bit every day. Learning English works the same way. Your brain is like a muscle, and daily practice makes it stronger. In today's episode, we are going to talk about the power of daily practice. I will explain what daily practice means, why it is so powerful, how it can help you, the mistakes you should avoid, and how you can make your own daily routine for English learning. So, if you sometimes feel stuck, or if you feel like you are not improving, don't worry. This episode will give you the key to moving forward. All right, let's get started. So, what exactly is daily practice? Daily practice means doing a small action every single day to improve your English. It does not mean you must study for hours. It does not mean you must do difficult exercises. Daily practice can be very simple. Just 10 or 15 minutes every day. Let me give you an example. Imagine you want to learn how to play the guitar. If you only practice guitar once a week for 2 hours, you will not improve very fast. But if you play guitar for 15 minutes every day, your fingers will get stronger. Your memory will get better, and soon you will play more naturally. The same is true for English. If you study English only once in a while, your brain forgets. But if you practice every day, even a little, your brain remembers. You keep the language fresh, and you make English part of your daily life. Daily practice is like brushing your teeth. You don't brush for 2 hours once a week. You brush every day for just a few minutes. It's the same with English. Small, daily actions are more powerful than big, rare actions. So, remember this. Daily practice does not mean long study. Daily practice means small steps every day. And these small steps, when you repeat them, turn into big results over time. Now that we know what daily practice is, let's talk about why it really works. The first reason is consistency builds progress. When you practice a little every day, you keep moving forward step by step. Think of it like walking. If you walk 100 steps every day, you will go much farther in 1 month than if you run 1,000 steps only one day and then stop. Small, regular actions always win over big, rare actions. The second reason daily practice works is because your brain remembers better with repetition. Our brains don't like long gaps. If you study once a week, you forget most of what you learned before. But if you practice every day, your brain keeps the information active. It's like watering a plant. If you water a plant only once a week, it may dry and die. But if you give it a little water every day, it grows strong and healthy. Your English is like that plant. It needs small, daily care. The third reason is daily practice becomes a habit. At first, you must push yourself. Okay, I must practice today. But after some time, it becomes natural. You don't even think about it, just like brushing your teeth or drinking water. When practice becomes a habit, You don't need strong motivation every day. You just do it automatically. And the fourth reason daily practice works is because it reduces fear and stress. When you only practice sometimes, speaking English feels big and scary. But if you use English every day, even for a few minutes, it feels normal. The more you practice, the less nervous you feel. So, to summarize, daily practice builds progress step by step. It helps your brain remember better. It turns into a strong habit. And it makes you feel more comfortable and confident. That is why daily practice is so powerful. Now, my friends, let's talk about the benefits of daily practice in English learning. When you practice every day, even for a short time, amazing things start to happen. The first benefit is that daily practice improves your memory. When you see or hear new words every day, your brain remembers them better. If you only see a word once in a while, you will forget it quickly. But if you see that word many times in your daily practice, it stays in your mind. It becomes part of your active vocabulary. The second benefit is that daily practice builds your confidence. Many learners feel shy when speaking English. They think too much about mistakes. But when you practice every day, English becomes more natural. You get used to speaking, listening, and thinking in English. Slowly, your fear goes away, and your confidence grows. The third benefit is that daily practice improves your listening and understanding. When you listen to English daily, maybe a podcast, a short video, or even a song, your ears get used to the sounds of English. You begin to understand faster and with less effort. It's just like training your ears at the gym. The fourth benefit is that daily practice grows your vocabulary. Every day, you can learn one or two new words or phrases. That doesn't sound like much, right? But think about this. If you learn just 2 new words every day, that's 730 new words in 1 year. Small steps bring big results. And the fifth benefit is that daily practice makes English a natural part of your life. When you use English every day, it doesn't feel like study anymore. It feels normal. You listen when you walk. You read a few sentences before bed. You write a short message in English. It becomes part of who you are. And when English is part of your life, fluency comes naturally. So, to summarize, the benefits of daily practice are better memory, more confidence, stronger listening and understanding, a bigger vocabulary, and English becomes a natural daily habit. Isn't that powerful? That is the gift of daily practice. Now, my friends, before we learn how to build a strong daily practice, let's talk about some common mistakes learners make. Because if you know these mistakes, you can avoid them. The first mistake is practicing only once in a while. Many learners study hard for one day, and then they stop for a week or two. This does not help. Your brain forgets quickly if you don't practice every day. The second mistake is practicing too much in one day and then giving up. For example, some people study for 4 hours on Sunday, but then they feel tired, and they don't study for the next 10 days. This is not effective. It's better to do just 15 minutes every day than 4 hours once a week. The third mistake is thinking that daily practice must be long. Some learners believe they need 1 or 2 hours every day. But that is not true. Even 10 to 20 minutes of focused practice is very powerful if you do it every day. And the fourth mistake is being afraid of mistakes. Many learners stop practicing because they feel shy or worried. But mistakes are not bad. They are part of learning. If you practice daily, you will make mistakes daily. And that's good. It means you are learning and growing. So, remember, don't practice only once in a while. Don't do too much in one day and then stop. Don't think practice must be long. And don't be afraid of mistakes. Avoid these mistakes, and your daily practice will become stronger and more effective. All right, my friends, now let's get very practical. You may be asking, Henry, how can I make daily practice part of my life? Well, let me guide you step by step. The first step is, keep it short and simple. Daily practice does not mean 1 hour. Even 10 to 20 minutes a day is enough. The important thing is not the time, but the habit. Remember, short and daily is better than long and rare. The second step is, focus on one skill each day. You don't need to do everything every day. Instead, choose one area and give it attention. For example, Monday, listening practice. Tuesday, speaking practice. Wednesday, reading short texts. Thursday, writing a few sentences. Friday, review and short conversation. This way, you touch all the skills, but you don't feel tired or bored. The third step is, use simple tools. You don't need expensive books or special courses. There are so many free and easy tools. Podcasts like this one, short YouTube videos, reading news articles or short stories, shadowing, listening and repeating what you hear, keeping a small English journal. These are easy, and you can do them anywhere. The fourth step is, make it part of your daily routine. Connect practice with something you already do. For example, listen to English while walking to work. Read a short text before going to bed. Write 3 sentences in the morning after brushing your teeth. When you connect English with daily habits, it becomes automatic. The fifth step is, be consistent, not perfect. Some days you will feel tired. Some days you may only have 5 minutes. That's okay. The most important thing is, don't stop. Even 5 minutes of practice keeps the habit alive. So, here is a simple daily routine example. Morning. Listen to a 5-minute podcast. Afternoon. Learn 2 new words and make sentences with them. Evening. Write 3 sentences about your day in English. If you do this every day, you will feel the difference in just a few weeks. And in a few months, you will be surprised by how much your English has grown. So remember, keep it short. Focus on one skill each day. Use simple tools. Connect it with your life. And stay consistent. That is how you build a strong daily practice routine. Now, my friends, I want to give you a little motivation. Let me share a real example. I once had a student who wanted to improve his English speaking. At first, he was very shy and could not speak more than 1 or 2 sentences. But he made one simple promise to himself. I will practice English every day, at least 10 minutes. So what did he do? Every morning, he listened to a short podcast. Every evening, he spoke to himself in English for a few minutes, just describing his day. That's all. Not long study, not difficult books, just 10 to 15 minutes daily. After 3 months, his speaking was much more natural. After 6 months, he could have real conversations with confidence. And after 1 year, he told me, Henry, English is now part of my life. This story shows you something very important. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need hours of study. You just need to be consistent every single day. So, my friends, don't wait for the perfect time to start. The best time to start daily practice is today. Even 5 minutes today is better than zero. Remember, small steps every day create big changes over time. All right, my friends, let's finish with some quick final tips and takeaways. The most important lesson today is simple. Daily practice is the key to fluency. You don't need to study for hours. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to practice a little every day. Remember these three things. Short and daily is better than long and rare. Mistakes are part of learning. Don't be afraid. Consistency is more powerful than motivation. If you follow these ideas, English will slowly become a natural part of your life. And when that happens, fluency will come to you step by step. So, my advice to you is, start today. Even 5 minutes counts. Thank you so much, my friends, for listening to today's episode of the English Learning Podcast. I hope you now understand the true power of daily practice, and I hope you feel ready to make it part of your own life. Remember, even small steps every day will bring you closer to fluency. So start today. Don't wait for tomorrow. If you enjoyed this episode, share it with a friend who is also learning English. And don't forget to join me again in the next episode for more simple tips and motivation. This is Henry, your host, wishing you success and happiness on your English journey. Take care and see you next time.